Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar, here with another installment of Baba Is You. And over the last couple episodes, we've had some stumpers. We've had some puzzles that we were hard stuck on. However, I have had some inspiration. Some ideas have occurred to me, and it's time for us to try them out and see if they bear any fruit. So we'll get started here and work our way kind of in reverse through the puzzles that we had gone through before. Let's go and look again at Ultimate Maze. I think I had an idea for this one. Right, so the idea had occurred to me, what if, on this puzzle, what we were trying to do before, we had many different transformations that were available to us depending on where we position our is. But I thought, the idea had occurred to me, what if we're not actually supposed to, use any transformations at all? What if we're just supposed to push the key out of the maze? The key is open, right? Key is open and wall is shut. So what if we're just supposed to use the key to open the wall? There might be a problem with that now that I'm looking at it again. This idea may not pan out the way that I had hoped. But let's see if at least... is there even a way that I could navigate the key out of the maze? Could I go like this? This transforms the wall. What about this? This is not going to be good either, though, because it's going to transform the hedge. And that's what we're not allowed to do in this, right? We're not allowed to transform the hedge like this. As soon as we do that, Kiki moves and makes level is weak. I thought I had seen a way to get this key out, though. I thought I had seen a way. Where would that be? Could we push it? We don't want to do this either. I need to push like this first, and then maybe like this. Can I push it through this way? Because this way, if I put it down here, there are certain points which I can move through the maze without actually transforming anything. All these spots where wall is next to wall and hedge is next to hedge. And so this just lets me open the wall. Now the question is, how do I get to the flag? Because that transforms the flag. And that all transforms. That seems very close. But we don't want to... we need to do a little bit more work here. Oh gosh. I was thinking about bringing this key out, but do I actually need that key to push flag is win into place? Because I can't actually step on the tile, right? Lonely text is you. This feels like progress, but also we're missing something. What do I want to... It almost feels like that has to happen, but I don't think I can win from this point because I can't actually get to the flag. The flag transforms on me. And if I go like this, actually, is that okay? That might be okay. Because I can just push. I can't do that. I can go back out this way. Can't do that. I need to go back through I need to retrace my steps. And then we get to the win. Okay, we just needed to think through a little bit more. So the initial path that I had seen, I didn't actually trace it out, but the initial path that had occurred to me off camera, I thought we wanted to bring the key. I thought we wanted to actually bring the key somewhere around over here without transforming the wall. I wanted to bring it to this spot. But as I started the puzzle, I realized that getting to that spot, even if I was able to get rid of the wall that is right here, I would still be transforming hedge into wall, which I can't do to let Kiki loose. So I thought at first that my idea might not pan out, but it turns out that we could just come in this way. So it did work out after all. So that feels good. We had to adjust on the fly to get our idea to pan out. So let's go ahead then, and we'll move on here to number 8, and we'll check out the VIP area again and see if my idea here pans out. Right, so as I was thinking through this puzzle and trying to figure out why they were giving us 2 rocks. Why would they give us 2 rocks? I remembered something that we had done before. I remembered that one of the tricks that they do teach us in Baba Land is the ability to break phrases by strategically moving things around. So we can break Kiki is stop. And then I think, well, we don't want to destroy our flag. So I think we want to somehow now, maybe we don't have to do much more than this though. Maybe the other idea, what was my other idea? So this is progress. I hadn't quite thought through all the ins and outs of what to do next, because we had been able to make Kiki is, well, we had been able to say not Kiki is stop, but that really wasn't getting us anywhere because Kiki is still defeat. And we need to somehow still either get something that is you to the flag when flag is win, or maybe we need to somehow say flag is you. Is that something that we can do? What do we do now? We now should be able to access. Do I want to maybe... Can I actually... I might be in... Hold on. I might be in a no-win... No, I can go like this, and I can go back to Baba is you. So now I don't have to worry about breaking my flag. Now, can I actually... What is the next step here? What do I actually want to do? I think flag has to be my win condition. There's no way to get any other word up there to say anything else is win, right? Flag has to be win. The only question is, are we getting something? I don't think we can actually get something other than the flag into that area, right? Yes, Kiki is no longer stop, but Kiki is still defeat. So the only thing that this lets us do is to push words behind these Kikis, right? And to somehow make some other phrase. Is there a world... Is there a world where we can say flag is win and flag is you? How would we do that? This Baba is you is aligned horizontally right now. I'm not even sure I would have enough words. What can I do? I've got access potentially to both Kiki and is, so we might have enough words. We might have enough words. How would we do this? Am I supposed to say not Kiki is you? And then put Baba is you up here? Or maybe not? No, I don't want to have... If I'm going to have something vertical... Okay, let me back this up. I'm not necessarily able to fully visualize. I just don't know if I have enough pieces to push a vertical phrase, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 squares that we have to cover. Can I even push all of that over? I don't know that I have enough pieces to do that. I have a not and an is and a kiki and an is. I feel like I would be, if I'm saying not kiki is you, I might be going about this the wrong way. We've done a thing. Kiki is no longer stop. Let's go back to here. Because, I want to be able to bring out the Kiki word. How do I do that without destroying my flag? The boulders, the rocks start here. How do I do this? Because this little cubbyhole down here, it's got to be here for a reason, right? We've got to be able to push these words out. But I'm not seeing this right now. If I go not Baba is you, the flag... How do I do this? I might need to restart. I might need to restart because I need Kiki to, well, Kiki is actually still stop right now. Kiki is still stop, so maybe that's not a problem. Maybe I just need to do, I need to put these in the right position like this. But I still need to get to this spot, right? I'm gonna need to get the boulders here and then do this. This is sneaky because I can break this. Maybe I don't need that other boulder? But if I try to go and use that other rock to get down here, the flag goes away. So I can get this out, but I think at this point I'm screwed. Kiki being defeat is still such a headache. Except I think I'm being a dingus. I think I'm being a dingus because... I'm not being a complete dingus because we could... Kiki is transformable. We could change Kiki into Baba. And then most of our problems might be solved. The issue is generating a win condition. Generating a win condition from this stage, we still have to rely on flag is win. Because wall is stop. And I don't think I can say wall is not stop. I only have one not. There is a stop down in the corner there. I still have this stop down here, but I can't say... If I could say, like, not Baba or not Kiki is not stop, that would make wall is not stop. But I can't do that. Only got one not. Okay, let us reset. I think that was the other part of the idea that I had forgotten about. The other part of my idea had been, I can free this word, Kiki, and that allows me to transform Kiki into something else. How do we do that without killing our flag? Because I don't think we can kill our flag. Flag has to be win. So we need a way to do this. Maybe Baba goes down here? Or we start with one of the rocks here, and we just leave. I can't do that. I don't think I can't push it that way. I need this to be something like this. And then I go and I push this that way. Now I do this. The problem is I still need somebody down in that cubby hole. How do I get somebody down here without breaking the flag? Without causing the flag to come into contact. Because I can't, there's no way to make anything push. How are we gonna do this? Why does word not become you? Why does word... Because you're thinking that not Baba should include text. Is that what you're thinking? So when you say not Baba, that should also mean that text is you. That is a good question. I don't have the answer to that. There must be some special rules. Yeah, clearly that did not happen. There's some special exemptions, I think. Just like the game doesn't explicitly tell you that text is push, it just, I mean, it implicitly tells you. This must be another one of those things where it's just expecting you to pick up on the fact, or not pick up on it because I didn't. A sharp observation by Spartle. I feel like that's what we want to do. This could be a red herring, but I feel like we want to be able to somehow get one of our characters down here. Yeah, like maybe this is a hole, maybe this little crevice here is bait. But so far I'm not seeing any other way to do this. It feels like we need to somehow get somebody here so we can push out the word Kiki, which would then allow us to transform Kiki. But how do we do that without destroying the flag? How can I offset the positioning of things if I... Do I have any way... I'm not seeing how to do this. Unless we're supposed to get a situation where we're starting with this one rock that's down in the bottom right to break Kiki's stop. And in doing that, I feel like I'm going to reset. I might be, I don't know if I'm close to something here, but I'm going to... reset. Am I just missing a very obvious move at the beginning while Kiki is still stopped? I mean, I can get to this point, but am I breaking it in the wrong direction? Should I be breaking it this way? I think that has the same problem. Not necessarily. This actually does not have the same problem because it allows me to get both rocks out. This might be the solution. So now there's still an issue. Because I still have the problem of getting one rock down into that crevice. Does it have to be a rock? I feel like it has to be, because I feel like I need a rock to be in the crevice while also what I'm trying to say is, if I put Baba in the crevice, I have no way to switch control back to the rocks. It feels like it has to be a rock that I put down here. But how do I do that? I'm still in the same situation, right? Because the flag... Can I reestablish something as stop? Is that the thing? Do I want to... Do I want to once again re-enable the stop? But if I re-enable the stop, how do I break it again? Same way I did before. If I say Kiki is stop now, and then I say not Baba is you, now I could position these once again, but I feel like I'm in the same, this actually I can't break. Because Kiki is stop. It feels like we've... There's something that I am missing here. There's an extra is. There's an extra is. Kiki... This doesn't help me, does it? Maybe I'm sidetracked into hard focusing on this Kiki. And maybe, I mean, if we're not transforming Kiki, then I don't quite see I don't quite see exactly how we get... We would have to do some weird situation where flag is you, and I don't think that's possible. I don't think I can actually arrange these words to get that to happen. It feels like I'm close, but I'm just not quite seeing what I need to see yet. Do we need 2 stones to break Kiki is stop? I think so, but let's explore. We'll go ahead and restart here. Is there some scenario where we... The reason I think I need at least a stone or a rock to break Kiki is stop is because I need to be able at some point to transfer control back. So if let's say that your idea was to do this, maybe. I think we might have explored this already, but let's say we do this. And now I do this. Or maybe... What if we did it the other way? Because I think we tried that. However, what if we did this? What's the next step now? We transfer control back. Now, the only way to break it from here is to move right. And I think I'm still in the same situation once I get to this point. Because in order to get Kiki, the word Kiki, free, I need to push it up, right? I need to push it up. And I need to get something in that cubbyhole. How do I get something in that cubbyhole from this point without killing my flag? Because now Baba is you. But I can't move any of the rocks. The rocks have to be you in order to move. And so from here, I'm not sure... where we would go. All right, so I had an idea which has gotten us a little bit of progress, but there's still some little wrinkle here that I'm missing. And I think I'm gonna let this be for now. Keep thinking it over. And we'll go ahead and look at one of the others that we were stuck on. Let's go back to... where was it here? It was world. Let's go back to the volcanic cavern, because we had one more puzzle on this level to get the area complete, and I think I might have the inspiration on this one. So we needed a way... Right, we had Skull facing, and we needed a way to be able to get across and activate our flag as win. And we need the skulls to be push, but we don't want them to be push all the time. So we do start out, I think, with skull is push, because I think we need one skull here to break the lava. And then we use the phrase that I was using last time, which was this. Let me switch back to controller here. And so skull not facing skull is push. And I had been stuck on this one. I had been trying to get the skulls into this spot here facing each other, and I had not quite been able to figure out how to do that because I think what I was missing is I was simply ignoring the fact that I can push skulls through here with me. And once I have that, now I have a situation where skull is facing a skull and they're no longer push, and I can walk across the fire. And I think that gets us to our win, because now we should be able to just simply push these remaining skulls because they're not facing skull. We make flag as win, and we get an area complete. Achievement unlocked. Lava is hot. There we go. 10 daisies. 10 big flowers. Awesome. Absolutely love it. It's funny that lava is hot is the text on this page, and there doesn't seem to be anything more to that. They're just reminding you, don't touch the lava. But that is an area complete. Awesome. Feels good. Great feeling to knock that out. And now we get such a pretty board. It's almost there. This might be, the mountaintop might be our last full area to do on this stage of the board. So let's take a look back at one of the puzzles that we were stuck on here. Love at first sight. Because I think I've got an idea for this one too. Right, so the key obstacle with this one, I believe, was we have bird is push. So, and of course, we have lonely love is you. So love is you, but only if it's lonely. So as soon as we walk on anything that's not like empty, so this green stuff here, I don't know what the heck it's called. I think I was calling it like ooze or something, but whatever it is, we can't walk on it by ourselves. But we can say, we also have the phrase love on bird is you. So if I disable this bird is push, the bird allows me to stay you. Love on bird is you. So that's our little shortcut around lonely love. Now, the problem that I was running into is how do we actually get, because we have to get to the flag and ice is sink. So my thought was, well, there's 2 columns of ice that I need to get through. So I need 2 birds, right? I need 2 birds in order to get 2 columns of ice sunk, because text is float. I can't use the text to sink the ice. But I think I was going about it the wrong way. I think I was going about it the wrong way because we don't actually have to sink 2 blocks of ice, I think. Let's see if I'm right. What was my idea? I need to put things back into place here. I think my idea was... Because what I need, what my idea is to somehow get the words bird... bird is the word. We want to get bird is pushed over here. And I want to push... because that flag is win, I think is close enough to where we can actually make bird is win. I think. But how do we make that happen? Because there is also the trick of we need to make bird not push anymore. So this idea might have some problems with it, but let's see if we can explore. We need... what do we need here? We might actually just leave this bird here. We might leave that bird there. How are we going to do this? Because I think I need all of the words. I think I need all of the words. I'm trying to think through multiple things here. Let me see if I can verbalize them. So, I need at least one bird. I need at least one bird to be here on this green stuff so I can get out. But I also need to bring all this with me. Do I need to bring it all with me? Maybe I don't need to bring it all with me. Maybe it's good enough to go like this. But I still need bird to be push at some point. Don't I? I still need bird to be push. Huh, this is trickier than I thought it was going to be. Trickier because if I break bird as push, I can get across, but I need to be able to bring, let's see, the grid lines up, bird is push. Like I need to eliminate this block of ice. And so I need a bird to be pushable. So can I just go back and set this? The problem is if I make that push, oh, I know what I can do. Turn that off. We turn it on from the other side. Like this. So now we break that. The issue, though, is I might still need all three of my words. I need either a word or... here's what I can do. I just need to be a little bit smarter about how I do this. I don't know if it's faster to back things up to the beginning of the puzzle, but I'm gonna do it like this. We need to go all the way back to before I pushed my bird. Because what I want to do... Maybe I even need to go back further to right here, and I need to do this. Maybe I was just completely overthinking this. Very possible. Getting laser focused on the wrong details or missing the important details. So now I can bring this here. And now I don't want bird to be push, because bird needs to be win, but I can simply rearrange this like so. There we go. It took me a little longer than I was hoping, but I did finally realize the idea that I had off camera, so it took us a little while to get there, but we made it. So that is Love at First Sight, and we'll keep riding the train, and now we'll get into new puzzles here, and we'll try to make some progress here on completing what I guess is going to be our final world, our final sub portion of this first big zone. Let's check out Solitude. This mountaintop is still, I'm having to adjust to the very subtle music, because at first there was no music playing, and I thought, is there something new about this level? It's Solitude, we have no music. It's just very subtle. Okay, bird is you. Bird is you. We are moving ever closer. We are moving ever closer to bird is word, and having that as an option. What do we have? Our win condition is flag, as it tends to be. But we don't have a flag yet. Box has flag, and box is shut and push. But there's some water in the way. So we gotta sink some water, and then we've got to open the box. How do we do that? Rock is push, but also skull is defeat. Now, text is not float, so theoretically we could use a piece of text to sink this water, which, no matter what, that's got to be our first step. So how do we do that? Because if we push something into this column here, we need to be above it to push it down. And right now, this skull is defeat. Can we change that? We have access to lonely key is open and rock is push. So what can we... Lonely key is open. Skull is only defeat. The first hurdle here is, how do we get... Like, clearly we could get something into this column, but then how do we get above that column? It must be... Maybe we're not meant to go by the skull. Maybe this lonely key, the lonely word, keyword, I'm getting a little mixed up in my phrasing here. I was going to say lonely is the key, and then the fact that there's an actual key, as there always is, also gets in the way of brain putting words. I think we need something like lonely rock is push. Maybe. But even that is not quite, like, I was wondering if it would allow us to, like, walk past the rock. But at this point here, rock is lonely. So if I say lonely rock is push, I can't actually get past the rock. I would have to like push the key on top of the rock, right? So if I did push the key on top of the rock, then I need to rearrange my words without pushing stuff up against a wall. So what if I did key is push and temporarily disable that, and then I put the key there, and now I break key is push, and I say lonely rock is push. The problem is now, how do I get the key off? How do I get the key off of the rock? I only have access to one lonely. So if I re-enable this, I can't get in there. How am I going to do this? I don't know that there is a way. I don't think there is a way to disable Skull's defeat. I don't think there is some creative way to do that, is there? Because it's not shut, so I can't open it. This might be me getting focused in on the wrong detail, but it does feel like we're supposed to do something. They're giving us lonely for a reason. Maybe there's a weird transformation. We are allowed to transform things. Is it possible that... Is it possible... How do we want to do this? I could use a piece of text. I did say that I could use text, couldn't I? So maybe I shouldn't have reset. Maybe what I was supposed to do was to put a piece of text. No, but if I put a piece of text on there, I can't get in. If I put a piece of text here, kind of screwed. How How do we do this? There is a crevice up here. Skull is defeat. I don't have any way to make something else you. Bird is you, and that's it. So it feels like we should be exploring these interactions about how exactly that works. So if I say there's no such thing as lonely before a property, right? That's not a legal phrase. It doesn't make any sense. And you can't say, I don't think this would make a difference. Let's not do this. If I pushed... It has to be lonely rock, right? It has to go before an object. Just making sure I'm not looking over any creative word usages. Are we supposed to do like a transformation? It feels like I need something to be in this spot here. And I need to like temporarily disable the push property, but re-enable it once I have positioned myself above the rock. Maybe, but I'm not sure how to achieve that. Lonely key is open. If I say... Box is shut and push. Not exactly sure why box has to be push. Maybe that's not important. There's not too much to play with. We have a rock, and we have a key. We could transform one of those into the other. We could also do it selectively with lonely. I don't know that that helps me. Does something like lonely key... There are these patches of tile over here, or bricks, which would count as not lonely, but they're, I think, too far away from anything to be relevant, so we probably ignore those. Why give us this path here? Why even put skull as defeat in the way? And not just block it off with wall altogether? Is there really some way to get past the skull that I haven't noticed? Skull is defeat. Am I forgetting something about defeat? Defeat only stops you. But that feels sufficient. That feels like that's the same as saying wall is stop and just putting a wall here instead of a skull. It feels like that way, that passageway is barred. Because I don't have any way to transfer control of you to anything else. We're stuck with open and push, and key and rock and lonely. We do have two ises. So I can say that two things are push. I don't think I'm seeing this one. If that is the goal, if the goal is to get something to be not push, but only temporarily. Like, it would be great if I could somehow have a rock in this spot. Have a rock in that spot, disable the push, but then I don't see how I can simultaneously be here and re-enable Lonely Rock as push. That's another obstacle with the way things are positioned here. Doesn't seem like I can, like, simultaneously put myself into position and enable a rule that I want. Maybe we're thinking down the wrong line. Maybe it has nothing to do with enabling or re-enabling, but why else would lonely be here? Lonely is just another sort of conditional. Just like on. So the conditional has to be something we can use to our advantage to selectively enable push, right? I don't think I need anything. I don't think I need lonely key to be open. And I can't use a piece of text here, like I said before. I can't push a piece of text in there to somehow... Because my initial line... So... Lonely key is push. So key is push up until that point. And now nothing is push. So there is a selective push in place here that does allow us to get through. But the problem is I can't undo this, or I cannot separate these. Can I? I don't think I can both be here and set up a condition where they can be separable. I have two is keywords, so I could make different things push, but I can only make one of them lonely. What if I, at this point, were to transform? Oh, wait a second. Rock is still push. Thought I was onto something, but I still have the problem of getting into here. If I could make rock push at this point, then the key would transform into a rock. But I really wouldn't even need to do that, right? If I could get above the rock and have it push, that's good enough. So this whole situation here doesn't seem helpful. Unless I do it... I have the same problem, right? Can't get in. Can't get in. I could transform the key into a rock, but I don't think that gets me anywhere either, because I still have two things that I can't really separate. What if... What if we did... What if we don't go quite all the way? What What if we start like this? What if we put this here? And now we do something. I think I'm still gonna run into the same problem. I was thinking, what if I could have something funky here where I like enable a rule and then walk back in here, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough stuff. I don't have enough stuff. So I've been kind of staring at this puzzle for a few minutes now, and I'm just not quite seeing it. There is something having to do with lonely. That must be a way that we enable something to be push and not push selectively, but I am just not seeing it right now. So we'll leave this one for the moment. We will leave it. We will leave Solitude alone for the moment, and we'll move on to what is Baba? What even is Baba? Let's take a look at this one. Whoa, the art style of the level is very interesting. So I was a little caught off guard at first because I didn't see anything as you, but there is lonely text is you. Lonely text is you, which means we're moving the only word that is not lonely right now because the rest of the words are all on tiles. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's too much going on here, but we could say Baba is up, which just points Baba up. We could say Baba is move. And then we have access to an is win. And we have access to you as well. So they've allowed us to do a few different things here. Lonely text is you. So theoretically, we could get Baba to push this for us, or we could push it off ourselves. But we could, if we wanted to have access to both of these pieces of text, we could get Baba to move. We could get Baba to move over here. And then we face Baba is up. And then, oh, interesting. Of course, we cannot move outside of these, I think they're called cliffs. Because, yeah, let me let Baba do this first. And then we'll disable. Now I have access to both of these pieces of text. But if I try to move past the cliffs, now the word Baba is no longer lonely. So it's no longer you. So Baba can move outside. We can't. So what does this allow us to do? It does allow us to say, Baba is you. Not quite. Not quite. The problem that we have right now is I should have had Baba pushing the is down further. Let's rewind this. I don't exactly know what our win con is yet, but I'm sort of just, I'm taking the natural progression that the puzzle seems to be presenting. So I shouldn't have rewound this far, but let's move Baba there, face Baba up, and now we'll move down to get the is into, oh, so we actually need to wait till it's at this square. Okay, so now we could say Baba is you. And we could theoretically lock that in like this, and now we still have this very strange scenario, but maybe it's not that strange. Maybe it's pretty easy still to work around because we can just do this. It's just a little weird because the text, lonely text is you, and so as soon as the text moves off of the of the cliffs, it becomes movable. But Baba is you, Baba is win. So just like tends to be the case in Baba and many puzzle games, you'll have one puzzle that you are just absolutely hard stuck on, and the very next puzzle you solve in a couple minutes. So sometimes that happens and we take it. We take the win, we don't question it, and we move on to connector. What do we have with connector? We have sun. Praise the sun. Okay, so sun is sun, but sun is not you. Lonely text is you. Oh, these are actually all on tiles here. I see. Lonely text is you. Baba is open. Wall and sun is stop. Tile is push. I do think that this is the first time that we've had an actual sun on the board. What are we doing here? We have to make text as win. How are we doing that? Wall and sun are both stop. Lonely text is you. So what we can do is we can exchange. Oh no. Why did that? Tile is push. So each of these words is this kind of a convoluted way to be able to have text be you, but also some of it not, but you can still push it around. So I guess what they are wanting us to do, Baba is open. Baba is open. So the way that we can get past the sun is by saying that sun is shut. Maybe? Except it looks like maybe we have to push the word sun out from behind our green bubbles. Ooze. We don't know what it's called yet. So we could make Baba is you. Right? Now it's a little tricky because like we had before, when I try to move, when Baba takes a step, Is also takes a step, which means Baba is you gets disconnected. So the way that I could potentially do this would be to do this. Maybe they've strategically given us some green ooze that we can temporarily say is not you anymore. So now I don't have to worry about Is moving around on me. Now I can just be Baba. Baba just gets to be Baba now and push out the sun. Now I can become Is once again if I want by pushing this Baba is you to the right. Do I want to do that yet? I need to, at some point, the only way to control Baba, is to say Baba is you. We can't say Baba is push. So is this a matter of this is gonna get a little weird, but I think we can do this. It's just gonna be a little cumbersome. Oops. Because I want to get Baba to this point. Now, the problem I have, though... Okay. I think we should not have pushed Baba is you down here. I don't think I can actually solve the puzzle now. Can I still solve the puzzle? I feel like I need to be able to say sun is shut, but also say Baba is you. Right? Those both have to be true at the same time, so that I can move Baba into the sun while it's shut. So I kind of need a situation. I need a situation where I'm using these walls, I think, or maybe this set of walls over here. They've given me some walls to work with, which is what maybe I'm supposed to use to position my is in such a way where I can actually move Baba and still have sun is shut. Maybe like right here, sun is shut. So when I take a step right, can I have Baba is you and sun is shut? Let's see if we can maneuver that. I think I need to reset though, because I don't think with Baba you at the bottom, with both of those words down there, I can't actually do what I need to do. So let's try. Baba is initially lined up. I could maybe even make it a little bit simpler by just going like this. Okay, this feels like we're on the right track. We just need to do the correct mechanics. So I need Baba to be down. And then I just need Baba to be over here. Okay. And now I should be able to set things up the way that we said before. There's a slight problem. Maybe. There is a slight problem here. Unless there's not a problem. What if I go like this? Maybe the ordering works out if I do things like this. So Baba is you. Not quite. That still needs to be a simultaneous. Baba needs to be you while sun is shut. How do I make this happen? I can't say sun is you because sun is not you. If I go like, if I make a crisscross here, if I make a crisscross, how do I get in the middle of the crisscross? That's the difficulty I'm running into here. How do I get in the middle? I need Baba maybe to... What if I could set up this set of rules here? What if I could do... I think I might see it. I think I might see it. What if we do... We get Baba onto this line. There's still a problem. There's still a problem. What I was thinking of doing... I was thinking of maneuvering... I was thinking of maneuvering something like this, where I can push the whole phrase over here, because if I can do it, if I can push that to here, is no longer you. And theoretically, I could just now set up this sun is shut. The problem, though, which they have thought of, it's not immediately killing the puzzle because I'm still lonely text up at the very top, but we're trapped. Progress, kind of. We at least got rid of the main obstacle, in this case, the sun. We've successfully ended daylight. But now what do we do? We've shut out the sun, but we're still stuck. So this feels potentially like something we could do. But no, I mean, we can't do this. But thinking along these lines, that's the big fly in the ointment with my plan right now, is I want to make this crisscross. Sun is shut, Baba is you. That feels like that's required. But I don't immediately see how we make that happen. Because I already tried once. To have... Is there some other creative positioning that I could use? I can't say sun is you. How do I make both of these things true without using a crisscross? Is that what I'm trying to aim for? Or do I need... I might see it. I think I might see where we actually want to put this. Out of my game. Out of my game, connector. That was a cool one. That was a cool one. We had the right idea. Just had to see where it needed to fit. The crisscross was there to be had. You just needed a little help, a little bit of a nudge from Baba. What a pal. Let's keep it going. Floaty Platforms. The mountain is very interesting so far. We're back with Lonely here. What do we have going on? Flag is win. Feels like we always have flag is win. No, we just had Texas win. But I think flag is definitely in the lead for being used for win the most amount of times. We do not currently have a flag, but door has flag. And door is shut. Door is also push, as is key. And key is open. So... I did it. Lonely Baba is defeat. I see. We do have rock is push. So my immediate instinct was to build a bridge, which we can do we can do with one of the rocks, and maybe we can just do with both of the rocks. I guess I have to push that there. So we could do that. And that lets us get here. So we're trying to maneuver our babas without walking off of the tile. Oh, the door is also push. Okay. So, all right, so we just do this, and then it looks like we're gonna we want to bring the rocks to in between where the babas are now. Can we do that? I don't know if we can do that. Because how do we get the rocks back? I could... Do I need to do that? Yeah, what are we doing here? Lonely Baba is defeat. So we can't leave the tiles. And we need to get the key to the door so we can get a flag. And it would make sense if we're able to... What does make sense here? Once we've put these rocks into this position, it's interesting that one has a gap of 1 and the other has a gap of 2, and then I guess in the middle there's a gap of 3. Why does that matter? Why are there... Is it just to make the puzzle look a little different? A little asymmetrical? Because I could maybe get the words rock is push down here. And I could then re-enable rock is push, but the issue is I can't push them back up to the tiles because Lonely Baba is defeat. So am I screwed at this point? Did I need to do this a little differently? Maybe what we needed to do from the beginning was to build the bridge in this direction. Maybe we needed to start this way. No, this doesn't make sense either. Maybe you're supposed to start like this and just bring the key over, but then you lose one of your babas. And I don't think you can do that either. This is a weird one. This is a weird one. We have to get the key to the door. We have to get the key to the door, right? And so I have to at least get to the key, right? One way or the other, I have to get to the key. So this, I think, has to happen. Is there any other way for Baba to move across the empty space? You have to use the rocks, right? Do you not have to start like this? These feel like they're required. It's just in a weird position here. Each of these times I've had to push this phrase to the right because it was in an awkward spot. I don't know if there's some way, there might be a way where I don't have to push that. I don't know if that's necessary. I also don't know that I'm supposed to be Maybe I'm supposed to be using this rock is push as part of, maybe this is part of shuffling things back and forth. Maybe that's what I should have done. I should have simply loaded up a rock here and gone like this. Except first getting this out of the way. This is so weird to maneuver. Okay. I don't know that this helps me, though. I don't know that this helps me, because now this rock is here, yes. But I actually can't disable my rock as push now. I might be trying to jump. I might be trying to jump into an overcomplication on this. The initial line here was simply this. I'm seeing, let me see if I can move this down. This is a way for me to do that without... Now I can move this up. Jeez, so annoying. Okay, so I figured out a way to get the rocks there without, like, pushing my rock as push to the side. I don't know if that's important, but it at least gives me, like, complete access still to all these words. Now, I think we're still in a tough spot here, because I can bring across the rock and the key. Cool. But now what? This feels like sort of the naive starting point. Do I just simply use... That's what I do. Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's push... Okay, I need to get these separated somehow. I don't want to push... Maybe that's okay, actually. No. How do I do this? I want to get, the key and the door being in the same horizontal axis is screwing me up a little bit here. Because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to push the key using the words rock is push, and I want to push it across to the left. But in order for that to be helpful, because I could get the key across, but it would be in the left Baba's rightmost column, which means the door needs to be in this rightmost column. But if I try to move the door to the rightmost column, I also push the key to the rightmost column, right? What am I missing? Let me back this up. Were they lined up to begin with? Did I accidentally line them up when they were offset? Can I introduce some offsetedness? They were offset. So I didn't have to do this necessarily. So let's be smart about this and do this. Too soon. Let's go. Turned out to be very crucial. Not moving. This whole thing here was preventing me at first from seeing. Moving that rock is pushed to the right sort of excludes the possibility that you could use it to do this. At least at first. We eventually got there, but it was very important to make sure we weren't pushing that out of our way to where it was useless. Let's quickly look at floaty platforms into the floatiest platforms. Let's let's quickly see, or quickly check, whether this extra is actually a follow-on to this previous puzzle, because it looks like it actually is. Okay, so what have they done here? On initial glance, everything looks the same. So I am going to look at the previous puzzle to see what is different. Because immediately I do not, at first glance, see exactly what is going on. Lonely Baba is defeat, key and door is push. What was different in this guy? Door is not push. Very key difference. Okay. So this time we are allowed only to push the key. And that definitely throws a wrench into the works if we're trying to do things the way we did before. If only key is push. If only key is push. Let's see. So let's just start by getting the key. Except that was the wrinkle in the last puzzle that sort of just stopped us from going and getting the key, right? What I could potentially do would be to trying to, oh, maybe I just do it like this. Never mind, just do it like that. What I could theoretically do maybe would be to build the bridge here. I guess I would have had to. That doesn't work though. So it doesn't work for a couple reasons. One is that I didn't put my other boulder here, my other rock in the right spot. So only one Baba gets across. So if you are, there's no way, I don't think, to introduce any sort of offset between our Babas. There's nothing that actually is stop. There's nothing that's actually stop other than the edges of the map, which we can't reach. I don't think we can reach. And even if we could, I guess you could reach the edge of the map if you like push these rocks. You could push these rocks out here, but I don't think that's very helpful. So yay, I reached the edge of the map. So I technically proved myself wrong, but it doesn't actually help us. So nothing is stopped, which means we can't offset the Babas. So these Babas are, as far as I can tell, are always going to move in sync. That's where I'm gonna operate from until proven otherwise. So if that's the case, and we have to get to the key, that feels like I have to set up the rocks pretty much the same way that I did before. Actually, maybe this is not a problem. maybe this is not a problem. I still have this funkiness with the way that this is positioned, but it's only a little funky because I can do this. Then I come around like this. Now I do this. And do this. And I can actually... No, see, that's the issue. I was gonna say I could sacrifice the Baba that's on the right, but I really can't do that. Because I sacrificed the other Baba. I would need like a, see, we built those 2 rocks over to the side of the map. If they were here now, they would actually be very useful because they could stop my left Baba from moving. Except then how do I get to the door? Just that one small little change. Those are, I think, I find those puzzles the most interesting. When you take a puzzle that iterates on another, and the only change you're making is literally taking out 2 words. And the entire puzzle, the entire nature of it completely shifts. It's a lot of fun. It can also be incredibly difficult, and I'm not sure how we're going to do this one. Not sure how we're going to make it happen. Do we have to introduce an offset? Is that required here? And if it is required, how would we do it? Without losing some valuable pieces. It's pretty straightforward to introduce an offset, I think. Well, not so much, right? Without losing a Baba. Maybe not so much. Maybe it's actually not possible. That's actually good to, I think, realize. Just because you can put something at the edge of the map like this, you still need something else. You really need like a wall or something that's in the middle or a corner. Maybe not a corner. It would need to be like a wall, something that's out in the open here that allows one to be offset. And I don't think it can happen. That might be one of those things that Fresh Brain comes back and says, "Ya dingus, you missed it." But for now, let's assume we can't offset. So if we're living in a world where we can't offset, what do we do? What do we do? The door is not push. We were able to there is an offset between the key and the door, and that was very helpful in the last puzzle. I don't know if it's helpful here. It kind of feels like you are required to start with building a bridge across. It feels like that is sort of a requirement. The only thing that might not be required is which column you put the rocks at. That might be pretty important. So me putting it here on the leftmost column might be wrong. I'm not immediately seeing what would make it different. Oops. Forgot this was not disabled. That's the other thing, right? The door is not stop, it's just shut. And so it doesn't allow us to create an offset. So I can get this key here. Are these rocks lost to me once this is here? It feels like these are just no longer useful, right? Unless... This dang... Every time with this. I can solve this problem actually, right? I can just do like this. And I think I might actually need to do that anyways, but now we do this. There's still an issue here. There's still an issue. Because the door is not push. I'll keep following this line here, but there's going to be an issue. Because that's the issue. This key is here now, but it's on the right side. And if I go one more step... Lonely Baba. Lonely Baba. Can I get these rocks? So close and yet so far. If I could get access to one of these rocks, it feels like once they're here, they are stuck. And they kind of have to be here, don't they? Have to is always like the most dangerous two words in a puzzle game. Do they have to be here? The key is push. I cannot, in order to get the key to the door, in order to get my flag, I have to get the key to the door. And that means I have to get to the key. And in order for me to get to the key, I have to put the rock here. Right? Otherwise, there's no way for me to cross. And if, once these rocks are here, that feels like, well, it's what my brain is focusing on right now, but that feels like Feels impossible is what it is. Once these are here, they're not going anywhere, right? You can make Raucous push, but you're just going to push into an empty space. A lonely space, and then you become defeat. So... we can't get an offset on the Babas. I think we're gonna have to admit... I think for now, we will let this one sit. And we'll come back later with a fresh brain. It is an extra as well. I wanted to look at the extra while we had the original fresh in our minds, but I kind of get the feeling that the original ain't gonna help you that much. Oftentimes, just that one little change changes the nature of the puzzle so much that the previous puzzle can maybe only mislead you. So let's go ahead and take a look at Seeking Acceptance. I just need a little acceptance. Accept me for the puzzle solver I am. The wannabe puzzle solver. Sometimes puzzle solver. All right, well, it looks like we finally have the name of our... we have the name of our green blobs. And it's Rubble. Rubble is defeat. All right, so we've been dealing with Rubble this whole time. Whoa, what? Lonely Baba is tile. Lonely Baba is tile. Bird is move and push. Of course, wall is stop. Rubble is defeat, and the sun is the win. Have to get to the sun. But Rubble is defeat. Tile is tile. Oh, that's fun. I pushed the bird, and then it bounced off of the wall because it's move. Okay. So we'll just let the bird move back and forth for now, I guess. Bird is move and push. Once again, we have flag is push and flag is flag, but where the heck is the flag? I love how they do this. Where is our flag coming from? Sun is win. We got to get to the sun. We can't transform the tiles. We cannot transform wherever the flag is supposed to be. And we have this on. So I presume that we're supposed to get the bird here for us. And the bird is going to maybe break. Maybe that's the first step here, is simply to have the bird break this this bit for us. Is there any downside to the bird breaking that? The only downside is that maybe one of our is words is going to get pushed up into the corner. But now, otherwise, we have now a whole bunch of access to stuff that we didn't before. Because now we can move about. Baba is no longer going to be turned into tile. So that feels good. And we even still kind of have access to an is if we want to put stuff up against a wall. So we have lots of options here. What do we want to do? We have an on. So if we can somehow disable the rubble, if we can somehow disable the rubble, so how do we even make a flag? We can say tile is flag, except tile is tile. So we can't transform the tile. We have access to flag, Baba, and lonely. And we have an on. How does any of this help us? I need to get to the sun. The thing that's stopping me right now is, I guess there's two things stopping me. There's a wall, and there's also rubble. How can I creatively get around either one of those? I have a moving bird, which I can push, and I do kind of see a way that we could create flags, I think. Maybe not. We can't transform tile. Why is there flag here? How am I getting a flag? Can I even make a flag? Obviously, I could make a flag out of Baba, but then I lose my U. What do I make? What the heck do I even do? There are puzzles sometimes that I just sometimes feel like are a complete non-starter. And I'm just, whatever the line you're supposed to start thinking on is just completely over my head right now. At least it feels that way. If I say lonely, let's start over here. Let's start over here. Bird is move and push. Rubble is defeat. Bird is... I can't turn the bird into anything, right? The bird is... I don't have access to that. I only have access to lonely. I gotta wait. I'm not sure if that's like I'm losing access to I'm sort of losing access to one of my words here a little bit, but I'm really just sort of at a loss as to, so I have this on, right? Obviously I have an on. How does that help me? I could say that, what phrases are helpful here? What phrases are even helpful? I'm gonna get this bird out of the way, sort of, at least for now. So I want lonely, what? Lonely Baba? On... I can't transform tile, right? So I can't say tile is flag. That's just a no-go. And I don't have access to rubble. I don't have access to bird. I'm getting super confused by the fact that there is flag, but there is not a flag on the board. Lonely Baba. Like, I don't want to say Lonely Baba is flag, right? That doesn't help me. Tile. Can you... Okay, I don't think this helps me at all, but I'm just gonna... My curiosity. Sometimes I abandon puzzle solving mode just to satisfy curiosity and understanding syntax. You can never do this, right? You don't say that. And so if you can't say this, then you can't use on in anything. Okay, so the lonely, I still was just maybe testing out the limits of lonely. So lonely has to be in front of a... But I don't see how that helps me. What am I missing here? Sun is win. Baba is you. Wall is stop. Rubble is defeat. The rubble is positioned... You cannot be... I am completely not seeing this one. I really don't know where to start. Okay. It maybe is starting to dawn on me what we're supposed to do here. Taking another look at things. Let's get back to where we were. Let's break our... Now, which one do I actually... I think I don't care about tile. I'm gonna say that I don't care about tile. I think I care about everything else. Can I actually do that? Okay. So let's say we don't care about tile. So I think, let's see if we can create a scenario here that makes sense. Because I think what they're wanting me to do, because they've given me 2 words that say flag, I think the intent of the puzzle is to construct a scenario where Baba is being transformed into a flag, and then the flag is being transformed back into Baba. I think. That's at least the only sensible idea that I think I've stumbled upon. So it's going to take me a little bit to figure out how to do this. But we have access to quite a few keywords. Lonely and on are both conditionals that allow us to be... And one of the things is that flag is push. So if we are able to, like, what I'm thinking is we might be able to construct a scenario here where the bird, let's say we put the bird on a track like this. So let's say the bird is going like this. If we can say, let's say we can step off of the... Question is, how do we do this? Maybe it's not stepping off, but stepping... Yeah, maybe I don't quite see how to do this. Unless... Let's see what happens here. Right now, if Baba walks into the rubble, rubble is defeat and Baba is you. But maybe the order of operations here, we need to test. We need to test. I might be completely out to lunch, but if I say that... Now, how do I actually construct this? Can I construct this? Because I want to say... I want to make it so that when Baba walks onto the rubble, Baba turns into a flag. But maybe I can't do that. I can say Lonely Baba, or I can say Baba on. Maybe I do need tile, because maybe I need to be able to say Baba on tile is flag, and so I walk like this to turn myself into a flag. That might be it. There's some things that I'm not sure about here, but we might be onto something. But we'd have to restart. There's gonna be some problems with this. What do I want to lose? I'm not sure I want to lose... Let's do it like this to start. Let's just see what that's like. Put the bird back. Put the bird back here. And then we'll say... So I wanted to say that Baba on tile is flag. Maybe that goes up against the wall. What if we do this? What if we do... Not lonely. Baba on tile. Hmm. I'm thinking too many steps ahead. Can I just create a proof of concept here? What if I say... I'm trying to come up now... I'm trying to say something like... Lonely Flag is Baba. But also... Baba on tile is Flag. Now the problem is that because these words are... Well, maybe it's not a problem. Hold on. Maybe it's not a problem. Because now, what if I do this? Flag is push. So now Lonely Flag is Baba. Dang it. We need to go the other direction. Because I can't... That's my test that I wanted to do earlier. The defeat takes precedence. So the transformation is not happening before the defeat takes place. But... if we go the other direction... No, that doesn't work. So we tried to put the bird... We tried to put the bird over here and then push us, but the problem is the bird immediately pushes us back into being Baba because these tiles don't go all the way to the rubble. And then I can't... Do I need to, like, switch the order of things here? This feels like it might be so close to what we want to do. They're giving us a set of tiles over here. They're giving us a set of tiles here. And in each case, whether the tiles are on this side or on this side, there is a set of tiles that is right next to the rubble. But there's also a set that's not. It's almost like they specifically accounted for the idea that I had. How do we get around this? How the heck do we get around this? Do I need to come up with different phrases? I like how this feels, where I'm able to kind of conditionally transform. I like it, but I don't think it gets me there. What am I missing? We did this. We did this. And that lets us get across the rubble, which feels very cool, but now what? Because now I really can't get back. When I'm in this mode here, when I've become the flag, Lonely Flag like they've made flag as push, and I think they've done it specifically for this reason. They want you to turn yourself into a flag so that the bird can push you around, right? Because if not, I don't know what the hell else you would do. The problem is, how do I get back to being Baba? How do I get back to being Baba? It would be great... Gosh, it would be great if I could say... What should I say? What if I said Lonely Baba is flag? That doesn't really help me, I don't think. If I said Lonely Baba is flag, that would mean... Shit. What the hell? All right, I think that is where I'm gonna call it for today. Just not quite seeing the line on this one yet. It feels like we're close, but we're gonna need some of that fresh brain magic. So thank you. We have made some progress on a few. We had some ones that we knocked out real quickly, just like the normal puzzle process. And then you have some you're stuck on. We'll get there eventually. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.